Welcome to Rockdale, Sydney. Today we're going on the ultimate Nepalese food tour of Sydney, and we're going to find the best Nepalese eats in Rockdale and Kogarah.
Cafe Talk is a restaurant in Kogarah that serve up authentic Nepalese and Tibetan cuisine. Today we're going to try their specialty dish, Laphing. Now, Cafe Talk were the first restaurant to bring Laphing to Australia. It is popular in this area. However, if you want the original and the best, come to Cafe Talk. The first thing that grabs my attention when I walk into the restaurant are all the beautiful paintings that are around the walls. They really capture the essence of Nepal and bring back really happy memories of the time we spent in Nepal in 2018. We're going to try their most popular dish, so it's called the Laphing. Now, it is a Tibetan dish originally, but it's very popular in Nepal too. It's a cold spicy noodle dish which is made from wheat starch. I think these are quite spongy. Within the noodles, they also have separated out gluten, and there's also some dry noodles here called wei wei. So if you want the wei wei in the Laphing, that's an extra $1. Overall, this is $10 on its own, and you can have it either dry, just the noodles on their own, or you can also have it in a soup. So I've just asked to have the soup on the side, just so I can try both. So the soup is an extra $1 as well. So first of all, I'm just going to try the Laphing on its own. This Laphing's really tasty. You can feel the noodles being quite spongy, and I really like the taste of the dry noodles. It reminds me of when I was a child and I'd have those mammy noodles that are in the packets and you just eat them raw. Yeah, it's really, really tasty. Now I'm going to try it in the sauce. So this is a soy sauce. There's also some Nepalese style chili oil in there and maybe vinegar as well. Oh no, my gluten. So the sauce gives it a further element of heat, and I'd say it gives it a little bit of extra tanginess as well. So I reckon this dish is just an awesome dish for the middle of summer. It's nice and cooling and a great cheap eat in Sydney.
Momos are one of my favourite Nepalese food, and this is a style of momo I haven't had before. This is Sadheko momo, and we're trying it at Falcha, Rockdale. So if you're not familiar with momos, they are a Nepalese style of dumpling. You've got a layer of dough on the outside, and then it can be steamed, it can come in soup, or in this case it can be pan fried. And inside you've got your choice of filling, so you can choose from things like chicken, pork, beef, or vegetables. We've chosen pork. Sadheko momo is a pan fried momo which is spicy, so I can see a lot of like the spicy kind of colourings in here, so I'm interested to see if I'm going to be able to handle the heat. Fingers crossed. And we've got it with pork. It also comes with chicken or beef or vegetables. Ooh, so I like that because it's pan fried, it's got a bit of a crunchy outer layer, and then you've got that juicy pork in the centre. The spicy sauce is a little bit thick, a little bit of a tingle on your tongue, and a nice bit of heat.
Heshela, Newa, Khaja, Ghar is a Nepalese restaurant that specialises in Newari cuisine. Now, the Newari people are indigenous to the Kathmandu Valley in Nepal. I'm going to try their Samay Baji set. So it was $24, and it just is presented so beautifully. There's a lot of different things on the plate, all very colourful. The Baji is this flattened rice, so it's rice that's just been beaten. So I think it's called beaten rice. And around it you've got a range of different curries. So there's the choila, so this is a spicy marinated meat, so we've gone with the lamb. There's also a potato curry, there's soybeans, there's spinach, and there's even a lentil pancake. So this pancake Doesn't have any egg in it at all. So it's got lentils, it's got ginger, garlic, and water, I guess. And we've got some bamboo shoot curry as well. I've never had anything like this, especially this rice. I'm really curious about this rice. So let's tuck in. I think traditionally you use your hands with this, but I am not confident in using my hands, so I'll just use these instead. We've been told that the way you eat this is to mix everything up together, but I just really couldn't do it to this amazingly presented dish. I don't want to mix it up. It's too pretty for that. So I'm just going to have little bits and pieces at a time. I'm going to grab some of the rice, some of this is acha, so it's carrot and peas. I will have some of the choila and see how I go. That is so delicious. The choila isn't that spicy. Oh, actually, no, stop, it is. I didn't think that the choila was that spicy, but it just creeps up on you and my mouth's slowly burning. And what I find really fascinating is this beaten rice. It has the same texture as cornflakes. It's like eating cornflakes, but then it has quite a neutral flavour to it. Now, I'm gonna get stuck into this lentil pancake. So I'm just going to try a little bit on its own. Okay. So it's quite dry on its own. It does have that really strong lentil taste to it. I think it would be great in one of these curries. So I'm going to try it in the bamboo shoots. Oh yeah, that's really good. Oh, that bamboo shoot curry. So much flavour there. It is a little bit spicy. It's really, really yummy. We're also going to try some of their steamed momos. I love momos, one of my favourite dumplings of all time. So when we were back in Nepal, we would just gorge ourselves on momos all day long. What's special about these momos is that Heshela restaurant prepare their own dough themselves. So it is common for restaurants to buy the dough pre-made, but this is all handmade from scratch. It's pretty special. So it comes with a tomato-based sauce, and there's also sesame seeds in here too. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, I love momos. So this style of momo is a steamed momo, and we've gone with the chicken filling. Within the chicken meat filling, there are all these spices and herbs. There's garlic, coriander, probably a little bit of chili in there as well. It results in an explosion of flavour in your mouth. And that sauce adds another element of spiciness, so you can definitely taste the chili in there. It also has a tangy flavour too. The traditional owners of Rockdale were the Bidjigal people of the Eora Nation. Nowadays, Rockdale is home to a large Nepalese Australian community.
Healthy, feather and thin Bhurbhure Momos is a casual style takeaway restaurant in Rockdale that has some delicious Nepalese dishes, as well as a lot of your takeaway favourites like burgers and chicken. And today we've got an absolute Nepalese feast here. We've got some Jhol momos, which are steamed momos that come in a soup. Steamed momos with a tomato chutney, Laphing, which is a very popular street food dish in Nepal. And then we've also got Keema noodles, which is a fusion dish, which is very popular in South Asia, particularly Nepal and India. Jhol momos are a steamed momo that come in a tomato-based soup. And this is quite an appetizing looking dish. I'm so excited to dig in. So I should get a bit of that soup, a bit of the momo. The dumpling wrapper is cooked until it's nice and tender, and the meat on the inside comes with some really nice herbs, which make it so tasty. And it comes in a tomato-based soup, which is creamy and tangy. This is the perfect comfort food. It is so satisfying. So at less than $1 per Momo, this is the cheapest Momo in Sydney, and people flock here to get their fill. So they sell over 100 plates of Momos a day, which is over 1,000 Momos. That's a lot of Momos. I've never had Keema noodles before, but I'm really intrigued by this. So it reminds me of like a Nepalese spaghetti bolognese. So you've got a pasta, which kind of looks like a fettuccine, and then you've got ground chicken mince on the top, and peanuts and some bok choy as well. And I can see some shallots and some chili, some sesame seeds. Oh, this looks like it's going to be very delicious. If you look on the bottom there, you can see that it's prepared on a chili base. So it's got a nice little oiliness to it, some spice. And then on top of that, they put the noodles and they put all of the toppings as well. So the noodle is the wheat-based noodles, and the keema refers to the mince meat. But really, this gives bolognese a good run for its money. I think I prefer it because it's got that really nice bit of spice to it. Brighton-Le-Sands Beach is only a 10-minute bus ride away. It's a beautiful long stretch of sand with an enclosed swimming area, volleyball courts, and plenty of sand to stretch out and relax on.
Jheer House is a Nepali restaurant with a twist. It's a fusion of Nepali cuisine and a Greek gyros shop. So their signature dishes are sekuwas, or Nepali-style meat skewers. So we've got a lamb sekuwa. It looks like this. And it also comes with some lemon, with some homemade tomato sauce, and also some Greek-style pita bread. And I think this sekuwa is an absolute steal for $7.50. The sekuwa is marinated in a whole range of herbs and spices. So there'll be coriander, cumin, garlic, ginger. Sure, there's going to be some chili in there too. Yeah, it looks really, really tasty, and it feels really tender as well. So I'm going to try some on its own to begin with. Oh, that meat is so juicy and tender. Oh, this is great. I can taste a little bit of ginger in there. It's definitely spiced, but there's not much heat in there. But it's just so much flavour in that meat. There's a little bit of a smoky taste as well because it's been char grilled. Oh, this is amazing. Love it. I'm going to drizzle some lemon over it now. I'm going to try it with some of this tomato chutney. And I'm going to make myself a little kebab, a Nepali style souvlaki. Jheer House have only been around for 7 months, but they're clearly making waves with their innovative cuisine. So if you love your meat and want a Nepali twist, make sure you come to Jheer House.
For a true taste of Nepal in the heart of Kogarah, come to Cafe Indreni. So this is a cute little cafe. It's got a great range of authentic Nepalese dishes, and we've gone with the vegetarian thali. So the thali is named after this plate, this metal plate, and it's a popular dish which is found all throughout South Asia and Southeast Asia, as well as the Caribbean. This has a range of different rice and chutneys and vegetables. You can also get a chicken option or a goat option, but the vegetarian option is $20. So we've got some black lentil soup, we've got potato and peas, like a vegetable mix, we've got rice, chutneys, clarified butter, which is called ghee. We've got this little papadum kind of snack, mustard greens, and so we've been told to eat with our hands, but you do have spoons and forks available here as well. And you just mix it all together. So take some of the ghee and some of the rice, and apologies if I'm not doing this absolutely correctly, but I'll give this a go. So I'm going to just pour some of that ghee onto the rice so you can see it's nice and melted, really beautiful golden colour. Now that gives the rice a bit of moisture. Take some of that pickle, and we've got some tomato chutney, some of this vegetable mixture. The chutney's got a nice little crunch to it with that pickled vegetables. Now, I've never had ghee poured on rice before, but I find that really interesting. It's kind of got the sort of flavour of like a really nice buttery popcorn, but obviously a very different texture. I really like the different mixture of textures and flavours here. You've got some bitterness from those mustard greens, you've got liquids, you've got crunchiness of the papadums, and you've also got a dessert here. So the gulab jamun in, I believe this is a buffalo yogurt. So that's your dessert, which I believe is going to be quite sweet. So let's give that a bit of a try. Gulab jamun is a very popular dessert, which is like a dough ball that's soaked in a really sweet syrup. It goes really nicely with that yogurt. It's got a really nice soft texture, very sweet and very delicious.
This is Laphing restaurant, a Nepalese restaurant in Rockdale. To begin with, we've been given some complimentary papadums, which is pretty cool. I assume it's papadums in Nepal, and apologies if it isn't. It comes with, I believe this is a mint sauce, or a mint raita. Oh, I just love these starters, especially these papadums, just so light and a little bit salty. You just can't stop getting into it. The dish to try at Laphing is the chow mein. You might think, well, chow mein, isn't it a Chinese dish? Well, yes. However, it's also really popular in Nepal. So in the early 20th century, there were migrations of Chinese and Tibetan communities into Nepal, and they brought the chow mein with them. The Nepalese people have added their spin to it, so you'll find that it's spicier. They use a lot more of the Nepalese spices like turmeric and cumin and chili, of course, and they've created their own chow mein creation. Now, in addition, you can get chow mein as vegetarian, or you can have it with a meat, whether it be chicken, lamb, or beef. Now, we've got a particular type of lamb, so this is called Sukuti. I would describe it as like a lamb jerky, so it's a dried meat. I've never tried this before. So it's dried, and it's also been marinated in the same Nepalese spices that I mentioned before. I'll try this Sukuti first. So the Sukuti meat comes from the Himalayan region, and it was prepared in that way. It's easy to transport and use when you're going on long hikes. So that meat is a little bit tough. It is dried, so that's to be expected. It's so jam-packed full of meaty flavour, savoury, salty, meaty flavour. With the chow mein, it comes with a tomato sauce. I'm sure there are plenty of spices in here as well. I'm just gonna have a little taste. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a lot of stuff happening in there, so I think there's garlic in there. There's definitely some chili there too. Now, you typically mix in the sauce with the rest of the chow mein, so I'm going to do that. Mix it all in. Yum. I just love all the colours here. So you've got, you know, the orange of the carrot, there's some red onion in there as well, there's broccoli, there's capsicum, there's beans, there's shallots. It looks so colourful. Yum. A little bit. Oh, yum. That is so delicious. I can see why this is a household dish in Nepal. It's such yummy comfort food. You can definitely taste the spice and the heat in there. And these egg noodles, these are stir-fried. They're not crispy, the noodles, they're quite chewy. There's also a little bit of a smoky taste, which I believe is from the dish being stir-fried. This chow mein with the Sukuti was $17.90. You can get it as cheap as $14.90 if you just go veg.
To get to Rockdale, we recommend catching the train. Rockdale and Kogarah are on the T4 train line and are about a 20-minute train ride from Sydney City. Buses also service this area.
So Jay, how did you find our Sydney Nepalese food tour?
Oh, well, I was so amazed at how many Nepalese restaurants there are in this area. And it was really great to be able to discover new Nepalese dishes that we've never tried before, as well as enjoy some of our old favourites.
Yeah, we love momos, and it was amazing that we could get momos for so cheap here as well. Like $1 for a momo, that's awesome. If you are vegetarian, then Nepalese food is a great option for you. We'd like to give a big shout out to Kapil Panther 206 who suggested we come to Rockdale to try Nepalese food. If there's a part of Sydney that you'd like us to visit, let us know in the comments.
We hope you enjoyed our Nepalese food safari of Sydney. What's your favourite Nepalese food? Let us know in the comments.
So we've got plenty more Sydney food vlogs just like this, so if you're interested in this sort of content, make sure you subscribe.
We are Bucket List Travellers.
See you next time.